Okay, I think you had enough. Enough. Are you going to stay Shia or what? Did we have enough for today? You,
Never heard this.
what do you mean you never heard? Okay. What about if
Well,
you look at the anus of a woman during like you're having sex with your wife, and if you look at her anus, what will happen to you? You will go, your son is going to be blind, and he will be mute and deaf just by looking at your wife bum when you are having sex. The same as if you are talking. All right, if you talk during sex, Allah will make you mute. Allah will make, sorry, your son mute. And this is explained why some kids are mute, because simply you were talking during the time you are having sex. Let us read together. Al-Book Al-Kafi, and this is your best book. You told me before this is the best book you like, right? Al-Kafi.
Al-Kafi, yes.
Okay, volume number 5, page number 498. All right, it says, let us go down. All right, what is the most time is hated to have sex in, even if it is lawful, which means with your wife? He says between the sunrise and the sun raised, which means like if the sun is rising and the sun already is in the sky, that time is forbidden. It's haram. And between the sunset until the last light of the sun is gone, it's haram. It's bad. And then in the day where the sun have an eclipse and the moon have an eclipse, and in the night where there is a like a cold air, sorry, dark wind, like I think this is from the sandstorm, and red wind, and yellow wind, which is presenting a dusty storm, cold, hot. In those days you should not have sex. And then he says all right, let us see. Oh, okay, in the top it says اتقوا الكلام عند ملتقى الختانين فإنه يورث الخرس. Do you see it?
Yes, I see.
Okay. Avoid talking during sexual intercourse, because that will make your kids deaf and mute.
Wait. ملتقى الختانين. What does that mean?
الختانين, which mean women is circumcised in Islam, a man is circumcised. So when the two circumcision met, you don't talk.
ملتقى, okay, yes, ملتقى is meeting, okay.
Yeah.
But
if you talk, you inherit your child to be mute. So the reason for this is the wisdom of the Ahlul Bayt. Are you kidding me? I mean, this is a lot of wisdom. So this is what keeping you as a Muslim, the wisdom of Ahlul Bayt. Are you sure? I mean, that's a lot of wisdom, man. I mean, that's really good.
but they say like there are thousands of those.
Okay, what about
wisdoms?
what
I
about,
don't know.
okay, you believe in
قال علي, قال الإمام, قال.
Okay, you believe in Al-Mahdi, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I don't know, but it is in Shia Islam. There, yeah, it is of the main belief. But.
Yeah, but I know, but I mean, the Mahdi, is it true that his fart is like perfume?
What?
What do you mean what? Is it true that his fart is like a perfume? Why you are laughing? Hold yourself. This is your religion. Come on, show respect, man. This is Biharul Anwar, Al-Allama Al-Majlisi, volume number 25, page number 168. All right. The description about Al-Mahdi, what Al-Mahdi, what he will be. He says that the Imam Ashru Alama, there is 2 signs of Al-Mahdi. First one, his penis will be circumcised when he was born. So his penis is already circumcised by Allah. And if he fell down in the ground, he will fail in his butt. In his butt, not in his any side, no, in his butt. Always he fell down in the butt. Like you throw him in the air, he go down in his butt. And when he fell in his butt, right away he say ash-shahada, ash-shahadatain. Right away, he fell in his butt. He say, "La ashhadu la ilaha illallah, no, Ali, blah, blah, blah." Okay, and then, and he never have, or he will never have get dirty from orgasm, which means his orgasm is always pure, and his eyes never sleep, and his his eyes sleep, but his heart never sleep, and he never do yawning, and he never stretch like what like. Stretch his arms, like, you know, he never do that, like you know, tired, like, no. And then he can see what is in the front and what is behind him in the same time. And his like his the effect is like the musk, and the earth always right away swallow it and make it disappear. What do you say? Let us click on English translation so we can translate the page in English. But I know like a Google translation will not really be too much good, but better than nothing. So there is 10 signs of Al-Mahdi, as you see here, and his eyes. Okay, Abu Ja'far, etc. For the 10 signs, he is born with sealed the cleanser. See, the cleanser is circumcised, and if he fall in the ground, he fall in his butt, not his feet. And when he and he will raise his voice saying the shahada. He does not his eyes sleep, but his heart never sleep. He never do yawning, and he never stretch his body. And what else? And then, and translation here is really messed up. So what do you say, my friend, about the wisdom of the Ahlul Bayt? I mean, this is too much wisdom, and you are proud about it. So this is what making you stay as a Muslim?
I don't know what to say, man.
What, you will stay a Muslim or not? I don't know.
Like, yeah, I've never. This is the first time you. Yeah, I mean.
Okay. Do you watch?
The first.
Do you watch?
The first was Wasa'il al-Shia, the first book you said.
We are quoting from many. The last one it was from Al-Kafi, I think. Have you ever? Did you watch like those magicians who do things like, you know, make something come from your nose, etc.?
Magicians?
Yeah, did you watch?
I have watched sometimes, okay. Like on.
This is your favorite book, Usul al-Kafi. Sharh Usul al-Kafi.
It's not my favorite book.
Well, about al-Kafi, this is explanation for al-Kafi. This exists in the Kafi, but this is explanation for it. It says, the Prophet of Allah, he pray, and when he pray, from his nose came, from his right side, left side of his nose, a bird which is yellow, and it is from the kind of the luctus, and he was bigger than a fly. And this fly go and walk under the throne of Allah, asking Allah for forgiveness. What? This is a bird coming from the nose of your Prophet Muhammad, and his was yellow. He was a bird, but yet he is smaller than the luctus and bigger than the fly. And he walked under the throne of Allah, asking Allah for forgiveness until the judgment day. They asked your Prophet, actually no, not your Prophet here. كنت أجلس أجالس أبا عبد الله عليه السلام. So a guy, he was sitting with Imam Abdullah, and he said to him, where the sneezing come from? He said, the nose. He said, you are right. I mean, you see the wisdom? The sneezing, where the sneezing came from the nose. You are right. Here they are quoting you the amazing miracles of those guys. I mean, the guy, he is telling us that the sneeze come from the nose. I mean, all right. And then he says, where is the sperm is coming from? He says from all the body, not only from the penis. And then this is what and he says,
testicles, you mean?
and then he says, no, all the body, Jamiu al badan. He says, don't you see, when a human he sneeze, all his limb move, and if somebody he sneeze once, he will not die for the coming 7 days. So he's trying to prove to you that the connection between your sperm and your sneezing. So while you sneeze, all your body move. And he is saying he is connecting between where the let me translate this to English so people they can read. I mean, so what do you think? We still Muslims?
I don't know what to say to you.
This is I asked you why you are staying Muslim until now. You said they have wisdom. Okay, we are reading the wisdom. You want more wisdom? I can give you from now until next year a lot of wisdom. Do you really want more wisdom, or we are done?
Well, I don't know what you want. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay, how many Allah he have 2 cities in this earth? Is that correct, or you do not know about this one?
2 cities on
Allah
the
have
earth?
2 cities in this earth, one in the east and one in the west.
No, I don't know that.
This is, we will go to the book you like, Al-Kilani, Al-Kafi. Guys, Al-Kafi is the same as Al-Bukhari for the Sunni, is the same for the Shia. So Al-Kafi is the same as you are reading from Al-Bukhari for the Shia.
It is not entirely the same, but close, as I
No,
know.
I mean
but
same as
because
as value. I'm not saying it's the same book. I'm saying it's as a value. The Sunni consider Al-Bukhari the most accurate. The Shia consider Al-Kafi the most to be trusted.
yes, okay, that's true.
Yeah, and then let us see here. Let us see if we can find this hadith. Hold on. Okay. وإن لله مدينتين إحداهما بالمشرق والأخرى بالمغرب. Allah, he have 2 cities, one in the east and one in the west. Around them there is a fence from iron, and in every one city there's a 1,000 door, and every city have 70,000 language, and all speak the languages with the like everybody inside the city, he speak different language from the other person. And he said, and I know all the languages there. What do you say?
Wait, again, there are 2
This is the Hassan,
cities
Al-Hassan
on this earth, 2 cities,
Okay.
one in the west, one in the east, and then
there is a fence made from iron, and every city have 1,000 door, and every city have a 70,000 language, and every one of them, and every individual there, he speak language different from the other person. And he said, Al-Hassan, and ana wa ana a'rifu jami'a al-lughat wama fihuma wama baynahuma, and I know all the languages for those 2 cities and even what is between them. So what do you think about this wisdom? Do you really believe Al-Hassan he knows all the languages of those cities which is 1,000 language. 70,000 language, not here like translation. What do you think?
But there's two cities. Where is that like meant?
One city
On
in
the
the
earth
east, one
or-
city, yeah, in the earth, but nobody knows where. You know, fabrication, stupidity.
Because
Speaking to naive people at that time, and people they
it
believe
only says two cities.
God, no, Allah has
two
two
cities.
cities. Allah has two cities. One of them in the Mashriq, which means in the east, and the other one in the west, not Morocco. This is stupid translation.
Yeah, Maghreb,
Okay,
yeah,
Maghreb.
in the west.
They
Right.
have a wall made of iron, and each of them has a 1,000 door, and every one of them have 70,000 languages, not 1,000 language. I know all the languages in it and what is between those two cities. So the whole language of the words, Al Hussein, Al Hassan, he know it. What do you say?
Yeah, this one reminds me of another, like someone asked Imam al-Hussein how many hair do I have? Then he
I can answer your question easy. This is easy. Ask me the question. How many hair you have? I will
he
tell you.
knew
I know.
he knew like how many.
I
Imam
know.
al-Hussein, he said, yeah,
I
you
know
have
too.
so
Tell me.
many.
Ask me the same question. Okay, you have 4 billion hair. Prove me wrong. I mean,
Yeah, okay.
how many hair I have? I mean, those stories obviously is nothing but fabrication. I mean, I feel sorry for the Shia. You know, I mean, they are naive people, deceived, and they believe that this is always true. I mean, isn't it obvious? This is really crazy.
But I don't know, man. Like there is a sheikh. They say he is so knowledgeable. You know, he has
Okay, listen.
he has read all the Shia books, and he can debate everyone. You know, but
Who? Who's that?
but